Howdy, Trade Up Tuesday video for you. Update. All the stuff from the last one has gone, which is good. We had some money. The court went for 200 quid. Yeah, I think 200 quid, which was pretty cool. One of the squires went for 55, the other one went for 45. I think the Rockwood, if that was the guitar, that went for 40, 45. I think the bass 70, something like that. I kept lowering the price until it sold. Didn't want it hanging around, just wanted it sold, wanted someone to have it for Christmas, so that's what happened, which was good. They all went. I think one of them ended up in a Nirvana tribute band. Everything else went to young people for Christmas, which is good, wasn't it? That's a nice thing. All warm and fuzzy inside. But we had some money. I did have a deal in place. I've been messaging lots of people. This is universal for messaging lots of people. Trying to work out deals. Messaged a guy that had a LTD EC1000 Deluxe that he was taking trades on. Asked him what he was interested in. He sent me a link to a guitar and was like, if you can get this, I'll trade you. The day I went to get said guitar, he messaged and said, it's been sold. Wicked. But I still got the other guitar because it was cool. It was this. Comes in a PRS case. One of these. What do they call it? Dragon fruit. Kind of like a magenta-y, kind of pinky colour. I know a lot of people would just roll their eyes and just went, ugh. You know what? Besides the fact that PRS did rip off a Strat, they made a really fucking cool guitar. They took out a lot of the problems with them, in my humble opinion, and they're cool. I really like it. This thing is in brand new condition. You can. It needs a good buff. They're not scratches. They're just a couple of little, tiny little marks where it's been up against someone. Bit of effort with a buffing wheel, and it'll come off. I haven't checked the frets yet. There's no wear in them, but whether or not they're level. But we'll give it a setup. We'll take some nice photos of it, and we'll see who wants to trade for this. This was cheap. I think these are 900 new, something like that. 8, 9, something like that, around there. And it was cheap. Like, it was a good deal. So regardless of the other trade falling through, it was worth going and getting this one. Right, what else have we got? DS1 that I traded. There's a little pedal board down there that I'm keeping as well. We traded for some of a bass rig. Pedal board is for my bass rig. We traded for money off a fret level. I got a message from a guy asking if I brought guitars. Went down to see him, and he'd just lost his hearing. Like, stone deaf. Gone, having to use my phone to talk to him. It's fucking scary, that, isn't it? Like, nothing there whatsoever. He had a couple of Echo acoustics and an Echo banjo. All of which, banjo's better, but the two acoustics honestly smelled like they smoked 60 a day. Like, the one that's been out on display, you could scrape like nicotine off it. It's fucking minging. I said the two Echoes, the one that's been out is disgusting. No one's going to want to buy it, and I'm not going to clean it. and it's missing a huge chunk out of the headstock. I was like, it's not worth repairing. The other one was in better condition, but the bridge had basically ripped itself off. Even though they're pinned, it's still torn off. Take, I don't know, 2-3 hours to have it all off, fix it, try and get the belly out of it. That's probably 3 times the value of the guitar, so it's not worth, I know it sounds really shitty, it's not worth me doing it. I run a business, I'm here to make money. I'm not going to make anything out of that. So they were donated to a local charity. They're going to do what they want to, or they're going to strip them for parts for their other guitars, which is good. The thing I did keep, gave him a price on everything. Like, I didn't mug the guy, like I gave him money, but I was like, the only thing I'm going to want out of it, even though I can't play one, is this cool old banjo. It's not one of the ones with the cool, like sunrise looking thing across the back of it, but it's in good condition. It's got a couple of little, there's like a little mark up there, I think there's one there. And that's it. The rest of it is just like playware. It's a little bit tarnished. It's got a couple of scratches in the head, but you know, it's still there. Probably needs tensioning again. You can see it sags quite a bit. And I should, he says, be able to adjust the neck on it. Fingers crossed. I haven't actually really paid attention to it yet, because when I tighten the head, the action's going to come up, so you want to move the neck to come up with it. But we're going to faff around with that. Got some new strings for it. Don't think it needs any fret work, but we'll go over it with a rocker just to check. But we'll give them a good clean, good oil of the board, fix it up, and see if we can sell it, or if someone wants to trade us something for it. Would someone want to trade something for a banjo? No idea. But it's cool. We've got a hard case as well, which is quite nice. Also, old customer of mine from Kent, Steve, hello Steve, messaged me and said, got an old Squier you can have for the trade up series. When you're next down, come pick it up. Went and picked it up over Christmas. As soon as I walked in his house and he showed me, I was like, that's an MIJ, like one of the Japanese Squiers. They're worth not like, you know, a ridiculous sum of money, but they're worth money. I can't just have it off you. And he was like, well, it needs work doing to it. There's boxes. He's brought some new parts, but unfortunately he brought a new fender bridge, but it doesn't fit, so I've cleaned the old bridge. Bit of elbow grease, some WD-40 and a wire brush, and it's come up okay. It matches the rest of the vibe of the guitar. I hate myself for saying vibe. I'm a 43-year-old man. No. Yeah, and he's just gifted it to me to fix up. Annoyingly, I used to have one of these in this colour. It was a rosewood board though, and I sold it because I had to find some money to pay for a Telecaster. And as soon as I'd done it, one of these came in the shop, and I was like, idiot, because they're really cool guitars. Mine had been with me from like 16 or something, so it had been through like 3 bands, it had been toured, it had been played, it had been through all the different scratch plates, like the Tom DeLonge style single. I had a checkerboard one with an Invader in it, then Lower Than Atlantis were massive, so I had a tortoiseshell one with the Invader still in it. Yeah, it was a cool guitar. Very much triggers broom, but it was a cool guitar. And I sold it going, I've got no emotional attachment to it. It turns out I did. Dick. But Steve said this has got to go in the trade out series, which is going to be hard when I get it finished, isn't it? I've given the body a buff because that's going to keep echoing. Hang on, let's quieten that down. Given the body a buff, there was a lot of like, it looked like someone had tried to wet sand it, but started it with 80 grit. So if you catch it in the light, there's still a few dings in it up there, but it's buffed out and shiny, which is nice. A few little things in it. There's a crack down either side there, which I'm going to have a look at, but as memory serves, mine did as well. The bodies are made out of MDF, so they're not, you know, the best thing structurally. They need a clean. We've got to test the pickups work before I stick them back in. Probably be handy. And the neck. At some point, someone sanded all the finish off of it. I don't know why. And it does have this split up the back of it. Steve did some work to it to like rehydrate it and get it to close up. But we're just going to do some sanding on it, and I'll probably run some glue boost down it just to seal it in and all that sort of stuff, stop it going any further. I found someone that does, it's in an envelope over there, decal with the serial number on, so we've got a correct decal for it, which is nice. I'm tempted, because when you catch it in the light, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on there, you can see a shadow of the decal, but you can see all the scrape marks. It looks like someone's just done it with like a razor blade to take the finish off. So I'm tempted, pull the frets, sand it all back, sort all this out, refret it. The frets aren't bad, they're just the super skinny Japanese ones, and they're a tad on the low side. Tad. But yeah, I think it needs refinishing. I think it needs to go back to being what it should have been. So strip it off, throw some new frets in it, nitro, probably stain it a bit as well to match it, decal, bury that into nitro, buff it out, stick it all back together. I'll probably do that as just like one long video and do lots of little segments, and then just be like one of them wanky thumbnails of like, you know, like every other YouTuber does. And we'll rescue that and put that up, then we'll see if I keep it or we trade it out for something. We'll see what happens. But I'm waffling. Right.